Let's do it.
All right. Welcome.
What's up, guys?
To BitmonkeyTV, episode number 17.
17.
One of my secret second, I like these numbers.
It's got a 7 in it.
Yeah,
of course he likes it.
Welcome.
Yeah. BitmonkeyTV. Let's go.
Let's go.
Home of MonkeyBytes, which is what we're going to talk about today. Surprise. If you couldn't have guessed, that is definitely what we're going to be talking about. You're bringing up the.
Yep, I'm bringing up all the pages here.
Cool. Give us a second.
But we were just about to start talking about some project or roadmaps, and we realized we were running late because of technical difficulties. So thanks for bearing with us today.
We started going off we were talking but we were about to go into a long conversation.
Yeah. We realized what time it was, and then we weren't even set up completely. And then when we set up, there was a slight hiccup, but we're here. So
Yep. Also, let me actually bring this up myself.
Yeah, I'm full screening this right now.
I want to make sure that our audio is good. There we go.
Come on.
Cool. All right, I have chat up. You got chat running over there.
Sweet.
And hopefully we fixed our audio issues from last time, so you can hear both of us in high definition.
Yeah. It was weird. All I had to do was reseat some cables, unplug everything for a day or so, and sometimes it's the simple things.
Did you try turn it on and off?
Oh yeah, I got
the classic tech question, which solves.
So many times Scott's been over here and he's asked me a question. I was like, well, did you check the cable, or did you just at least check the basics? No offense to anybody who wouldn't check the basics.
These computers are half open here, so they look like there's stuff going on.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
We all set up?
I believe so.
There we go. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Time for BitmonkeyTV.
So we figured no better way than to start off with MonkeyBytes, the project we launched on 7/7, and we're going to talk about the roadmap today. And we'd like to hear, for anybody streaming live, we were discussing possibly revisiting the white paper page by page through the course of 1 or 2 episodes. If you'd like that, let us know. But I know we've kind of touched on a lot of different things already, so we think the best thing is to display the roadmap now. We're going to make that more visible on the website. For those who haven't seen it yet, it's on the footer of the website. It's in text. You just got to click on it. It'll pop open into what you see here. But we're going to give it its own banner at the footer of the page here within the next 24 hours. So.
Which is actually what we were just talking about.
Well, yeah, we were talking about that. And then what? You wanted to compare to another project or something, or you wanted to talk on... Because I know we didn't really talk on non-fungible token Fridays. Was there something you wanted to talk about?
No.
Was it
all we're talking about today is MonkeyBytes.
Okay, I thought you had some crazy thought that you wanted to share, perspective. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's share that perspective.
No, we're good. It was more just on the positioning of the.
And today is Monday, roadmap. Dude. I'm not gonna lie, moving forward, I know we're talking, Dream Joker, shout out Space Jam free NFT.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Actually, we'll talk about that later when we get to that.
Yeah. Should we talk about that Friday or today? I know, right?
Oh, that's right.
I mean, today
it happened today. We won't talk about it Friday. Let's talk about it at the end if we get to that, Gary.
Yeah.
Because, if we have time to fill, we'll shoot the shit. Friday, non-fungible token Friday.
Yeah, we can add that in for Friday, but I'm worried, right? If anybody's watching in the short term, isn't that only going on for a day? The giveaway, the free NFT, or is that going on all week?
There's 90,000 they're giving away.
Holy shit!
Okay, I guess we're talking about it.
We might as well pivot. Hold on, we're gonna go full screen for a second.
Like what you started.
Why not?
We're gonna talk about
BitmonkeyTV. We just start over here. All right.
Yeah, we go off on tangents because that's what we do. All right. What was it? Space Jams and I think it was Nifty, not Nifty Gateway, it's called Nifties. That's what it is, Nifties.
Okay.
Which is a platform. They're giving away 90,000 something NFTs in preparation for the launch of Space Jams, the new one with LeBron James. Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. I remember screaming that shit at the top of my lungs.
Anyways,
oh man,
they're giving away NFTs, which is funny because you claim one and you click the link, you go through, you can claim one once you go through pretty difficult process of actually creating a profile, navigating their website.
I was just about to pull it up since we're on the topic.
I would not. Yeah.
Hey, and Dream Joker, for anybody in Twitch, just click that link. But if you're not in Twitch and you're watching this afterwards, just go to nifties.com and you can claim your free NFT right on the homepage.
You just claim a free one. Let's see what they're at. Scroll down a bit. Oh, they're halfway.
They're halfway. How do you
know? Of 90,000 right there.
You probably looked
Yeah, I've been on this site.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
maybe
weird
I'll have to
site
jump
to
on
get
this
through.
after the show.
I mean, might as well grab one, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it right now. We're not gonna waste the time.
No. That's what I'm saying.
I've been busy, man. I've been all MBT.
I meant for our audience. Like, not you, not right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, for me, I looked at it. I was like, well, it's a free NFT. Why not? Just grab one. And then I think there's something, if you retweet one, you get a second one. Or if you retweet, like you share the website link, I think you get a free one too. So I was like, you know what? Might as well. And then I go to actually claim my NFT, and I'm looking at it. For anyone out there who grabbed them and is wondering, oh, how do I transfer these off, or how do I sell them? What can I do with them?
You can't move them yet.
You can't do anything for 15 days. There's like a countdown timer on their website. And in their like FAQ, it actually like FAQ. Do people say FAQ or FAQ?
You can say whatever you want, man.
Okay, I'll just say FAQ, just because it. Yeah. Anyway,
I say fact, but I'm probably gonna have to switch it up so we're consistent.
Yeah. Anyways, and they're frequently asked questions. They ask, what you can do with them, and they say you can't do anything with them for now. They're locked on the platform, so you can't transfer them out. Facts. There you go. Facts. Anyways, they're locked there, and they don't have a marketplace. So they're developing a marketplace, which is like the 15-day countdown timer thing, which is also when
so it's not built on top of Ethereum. It's a different layer. That's what I'm curious about.
I have no idea, to be honest. I literally just clicked a button.
It must be. Maybe
boop,
it's on top
boop,
of Flow.
boop.
It's possible it's on top of
I'm
Flow.
a simple man. I see NFTs. I click a button. Free NFTs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the clarification.
Yeah.
And then apparently then you can buy one per day for like $3.
Yeah, you can buy one per day for $3, but there's a 90,000 supply. I don't know. This is not financial information at all, but like it's a free thing. That's why I'm not gonna buy it. Mm-hmm. Maybe if you're like super into Looney Tunes and stuff.
I am. That's why I'm kind of thinking like, I'd like a Donald Duck. I like me some ducks. I know there's not really a monkey in Space Jam to my knowledge.
Is it Daffy Duck? Donald Duck and Daffy Duck.
You know what I mean.
Are they both Looney Tunes?
You're right about that. I think it's Daffy Duck, maybe.
Daffy.
Yeah, I think it's Daffy. I just like ducks.
Yeah,
what can I say?
I know.
And monkeys.
You're a big duck fan.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about that nonsense. Yeah. Let's talk about MonkeyBytes, the reason why we are here.
So we're going to go full screen.
Yeah, do it.
And then Dream Joker's filling in. If you click buy before the transaction finishes, it will let you get another. All right.
Maybe that's what I did, because I got 2 of them somehow.
You were just spamming the key.
I was wondering about that.
Okay.
I think that's what happened. Okay, cool. Good clarification.
So maybe if you're quick like me with my paintball fingers, I'll just snag like 3 or 4.
Do it quick, yeah. That's funny.
I'll report back.
Their website is not the best built, as I'm sure you could tell.
I honestly probably won't even do it, but
although they probably had a lot of traffic coming in, honestly.
Oh, I'm sure. Probably by the end of the show they'll be sold out. With just the time of day, people getting off work.
They might. The word spreading a bit more.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got the roadmap pulled up.
Yep. We got
Let's
the
do
roadmap
it.
Full square here. So. First quarter here is our launch, right? Right now we're already working on our 2.0 site, which is going to be a multi-tab functional site with its own facts section, which should be launched pretty soon. We're just going to deploy that piece by piece. We're going to start documenting the process on our end. That one's not going to be through live because a lot of it is building, right? Is creative output. But we will be teaming up with, surprise, it's not confirmed exact day of the week, but with Jeremy, we're going to do a creative output on how we do micro content, right? So it's just going to be fun little value for the audience. But back to MonkeyBytes, right? Documenting the process, focused on community, and community throughout the whole project never changes, right? Right now, it's just the 2 of us, but understand it's not always going to be this way. And then we want to answer as many Q&A sessions, perform as many host as many Q&A sessions as possible to answer as much as the interim, because as you'll learn, by the end of the year, this fourth quarter, we're releasing more roadmaps for each layer of each fund, as well as all the documentation on how things are going to function for each fund. We're also going to have a preview on our MonkeyBytes character illustrations and kind of like a development roadmap for those characters, where that's moving. And then we're going to begin, fingers crossed, I'm going to start reaching out to Jimmy one-on-one. Forgive me, Gary, couldn't only imagine, here I'm looking at the camera, how much has been on my plate. So I'm going to get to DMing him one-on-one, but hopefully the dev for that website begins in Q4. But I know I'm powering through it. Scott, you want to touch on anything I may have missed? Any thoughts you have from your perspective on these first 2 quarters?
Well, for Q3 and Q4, for me, it's going to be really important on building community and being, transparent with you guys on how the process is going, what we, foresee for the future, and just kind of getting your guys. I want us to be,
Sorry about that. I totally just toggled my freaking mouse just toggled to starting soon for those watching. We're gonna get one of those stream decks
on now.
Very soon.
Hello guys, welcome. Anyways,
my bad. Well, I figured since we're talking to the camera, I'll switch full screen.
Sure,
I'll do my best.
Sure. Just let me know, because I'm sitting here I'm just kind of deep in thought.
That's technical error. We're working on it, man. We're working on it.
Surprise me. What if I was picking my nose or something?
I know, right? That's why I looked at you to bump, just to let you know. And then we're starting soon.
Anyways, for me, the most important thing is building community and kind of learning more about the people who are excited about our project and who want to, be those first founders to jump on board, and learn kind of as we learn things and grow, you guys can kind of see that process and get to know us a bit better too through that. And a lot of it, especially when it comes to the Artist Fund, I'm going to be tapping into, some of my resources and people out there and community members, like you guys, on where we want to go with the direction of certain things. And so for me, building community and, having a voice and being able to respond to questions or whatever is really important going forward, just, to help us all kind of grow together and learn from this.
Most definitely.
That's the most important thing.
And the more questions you ask, to be honest, it's helping us build our facts section quicker. If we're being completely transparent, right?
Yeah.
We can only think of so many questions that the public's going to ask and founders and future founders are going to ask. So we really appreciate all the feedback, all the questions. Don't think it's too much. Just know that right now we are handcrafting 7,777 unique one-of-ones ourselves, right? So between that and everything else, I hope everyone has patience, right, with answering certain questions, which everyone so far has been, right? But just understand, we got a ton of work on the creative output front in the short term. Summer doesn't exist for us. At least not for me. I don't know about
as far as the creative output goes, for Q4 also, that's one thing I'm excited about too, is once we kind of get down the road and start to develop, you guys get an understanding for what MonkeyBytes are, who we are and stuff, being able to have character illustrations and development, developing kind of characters and fun things that we can do with the community and kind of show you guys and voice your opinion on, that's going to be really fun, a part of that creative approach. So I'm excited for that as well.
And for those who love avatar projects, right? Who's to say each MonkeyByte of each generation that we illustrate doesn't turn into one in some way, shape, or form?
I mean, who knows?
Your confidence.
Yeah, the biggest thing with that is we can do whatever we want. The character
long
and
term,
the
right?
ideas. Yeah, there's just some really cool artists that we've already kind of talked to, and we would love to get them on board. But that's something that is not our main focus for now, but something that we can develop, to help reward founders or just kind of do fun things with the community. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, you look at the scale of the giveaways already, the front-facing giveaways. Imagine the community building giveaways that we have planned that we haven't announced.
Yeah.
So food for thought there.
Yeah, and as an artist myself, I want to do cool things art-wise. Yeah. I just love art,
Yeah. And I want to expand my skill set. I know this week I was. We really need to fix that Pretzel Rocks notification in the thing.
All right. Oh yeah, there's probably something.
It's annoying.
It's aight.
Yeah. All right, so going into Q1 and Q2. Now, keep in mind, looking at this roadmap, this is all based off of the projected sellout in April. Should that change, the roadmap is going to have to change, right? We're doing everything in our power to make sure that doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, we can't guarantee it. The only thing we can guarantee is our commitment to our intention of following through with everything and beating that day. So we're looking forward to it, but just please keep that in mind. Like, things might shift a little bit. Parent company formation is going to occur in Q1. All of our top tier roles will be defined. We're going to fortify legal and tax teams, spotlight and revise each roadmap, right? And then kick off into the Founders, CryptoPunks, and VFriends giveaway, where we had somebody ask in the Discord, shout out Lucy Drop, Lucy_Drop, if you want to go follow him on all his channels. He brought up a question as far as the timing of everything. Now, we're going to be strategic in making sure that we only mint and list that last 777 when it's the last available one, so that as soon as it's picked up off the market, we kick off. First, we have to distribute the master funds to each individual fund, which we're going to document for everybody to watch. And then we kick off those giveaways, 7 CryptoPunks and 7 VFriends every single day until each respective funds number 4 and 5 are 0. So that's depending on where the floor is of those, I mean, it's just fucking insane. Limit 1 per wallet. Shoot, are we mixed? Are we full screen? We're full screen. I am looking at the damn camera. Sorry, guys. For anybody listening, here I am like now. Squirrel.
You could have been picking your boogers this whole time.
Here, I feel like we should be talking to the camera the whole way. Too funny.
I mean, it gives them a chance to read along. I mean, when you're talking about it, unless you're freestyling. But, you know, you do you, bro.
That's true. Here.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, drop in the comments there. Yeah. So short for Moral Monkey. Those are when the rewards will be eligible to claim. If you want to learn more about those, just go visit moralmonkeymob.com. It's completely separate from MonkeyBytes, but MonkeyBytes is funding and rewarding all existing Moral Monkey token owners from the VFriends collection. Q2 optimistically, right? Projected sellout date in April. We're going to be purchasing warehouses. The reason the warehouses has that plural, non-plural trigger is ideally, if we could find 30 to 40,000 square foot warehouse, we can just stick with one out the gate. However, thinking from the perspective of the temporary animal shelter, you know, mixing a studio office space with an animal shelter, the smell might not be
that doesn't work.
You know what I mean, right? Like, if we had a big enough one, we can section it off. Yeah. However, that's subject to change. Just know I am actively in the market every week. I don't do it every day based off of my workload, but every week I'm keeping an eye on things. Same with the land. Okay. We're ready to make those purchases within weeks. And as far as anybody questioning how we're going to do that, it's going to be directly in ETH or BTC. Specifics will be announced, but whoever accepts the payment is going to accept it through PayPal or a processor. Okay, so going into Q3, that's when the estimated animal shelter renovations, right after the purchase of the warehouse. Same thing with breaking ground at the mining facility for the solar farm first and foremost, studio construction for Artist Fund number 2, and our main office for the MonkeyBytes Foundation.
Here, I'll pull it up here, and then we can talk.
You want to go?
Yeah, Gary was saying that it's good to switch back and forth.
Okay, got it. Because I couldn't see those comments. Thank you. I'm glad you're watching that.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's about community, bruh.
So the fund of the land has to come from the mining facility. It has to, right? Because the foundation fund, we're already giving back so much. And when we distribute amongst the team, minting expenses, you layer everything in, there's not much left to purchase the land, right? So that's going to be purchased through the mining farm fund.
I got it here.
You got it there?
Let's turn it. There you go.
Yeah, so Q3, so based off of past trends, because I've placed countless orders on Bitmain, I'm in contact with 2 different ASIC manufacturers in InnoSilicon and Bitmain.com. So we're going to have that equipment on order and paid for in that quarter, because past trends have shown they'll generally release a batch of SHA-256 BTC-focused algorithm, and then a batch of script miners, and I don't know if they'll still keep doing the Zcash or whatever else. ETH are going to be off the table because ETH is going 2.0, right? So you're not going to be able to mine ETH moving forward. Going into Q4 of 2022, this is a fun one that I threw in there that I haven't talked about. So Gives us plenty of time to develop that character, but I'm going to do an MBTX Optimo collab because the Optimo Sanctuary is ultimately going to have its own IP underlying, its own characters, its own mascot. And that's when that preview gets released, right? And that's when I know Gary has been interacting in the Discord. We appreciate it. All the docs for the mining facility and the solar farm are going to be released with all the specifications. And the reason we have to wait that long is, as you have learned, with ordering mining equipment the way we are, let's say the market shifts the day of and our order size changes. So does our hash rate. So any numbers we've been spitting out at you, giving our estimates, will ultimately change. Let's not forget to mention the 25% import tax from China, right? From overseas that you have to pay when you accept delivery. So spitballing $100,000, 25% of $100,000, that's a big import tax fee. So there's a lot of moving variables before we can release specifics as far as what the exact 24/7 pool is going to be when it comes to watts. But as soon as we know, I promise you, man, we're going to be on Twitch all day. And we're going to answer all the questions because that one's going to be fun to me. Forgive me, I just spit all over you. Like, I think I've mentioned it before. I can't tell you how many hours. I'm a hardware guy. I like tinkering.
Yeah, a lot of this, like the tech stuff, that's all this guy.
Yeah.
And
if my buddy's comfortable, if my electrical engineer is comfortable, he'll get on the show. And I know he has his own YouTube channel, awesome. But it has nothing to do with his profession. It's more of his hobbies. So I'll ask him first.
That'd be sick to have.
But it'd be really nice to have. I don't know how much you could give, but
stuff.
Yeah, dude, they do a lot of government.
That'd be cool.
It's a very big company. It's insane.
That was for Q4 that you were saying was that last thing.
This one over here.
Oh,
you see how it loops?
Right.
I've made that mistake because of how I read
left to right.
Yeah. Now moving into Q1, getting that solar farm up and running is not going to take as long as people would think. And as you've learned, I'm already in contact with contractors. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The only negative is if their schedules fill up and I don't give them a big enough notice to schedule out this type of project. But rest assured, we're doing everything in our power. This roadmap was thought out. Man, I don't know how many hours I put into this, but it stemmed from the white paper and then some.
Yeah, we definitely need, that was one thing that
I want you to touch on this because in Q1 is when we're estimated to start testing rewards for the studio.
Yeah, I'll go into that.
Because we're going to be creating our own batch of product IDs and creating our own system on how things are rented out. But I'd like you to touch on any thoughts you have since that's your foray.
Well, I was just going to say that the whole roadmap, because you were saying how much time you spent on this, the whole roadmap to me was very important. Because a lot of the projects that I see, especially first thing I see when I look at a project, the art, I'm like, art,
this guy in the art. Hold on, I always ask roadmap. I don't care.
Let me tell my story. Oh my God, this guy. Anyways,
never a dull moment.
What I was gonna say before,
we got Kiki did it too.
before this guy stole my story, was that I like art, right? And I'm entranced by it, and I'm like, oh, art, cool. And I'll start looking at it, I'm like, oh, this one's cool, and he'll come up behind me and he'll go, what's their roadmap?
Who's behind it?
Who's behind it?
Where was the domain registered? How long was it?
It's so funny every time. And so for us, actually, he had done everything, I think, but the roadmap. And I come in one day, actually, and I was like, do we have a roadmap? And you're like, you know what? I got that. And this guy.
It had honestly, so for those who don't know me well enough yet, I used to hate reading and writing, when I was younger. But as I've gone through, my journey of my professional career and what I do, I retain information best when I first start out writing by hand. So everything you see comes from a hand form first and foremost. And any digital content, something as simple as posts, I like seeing how it looks on paper. I'm just that type of person. I know not everybody's the same. Some people are more tech first. They need the drawing on the screen, but the roadmap was drawn out across so many different, those big, I forget the size, but it's like half the size of a door, all by hand. So.
I don't know what you would call those. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The big
it's like what you would put on like an art easel.
It flips over. I'm using the board right now for some routine stuff. Yeah. So it's not out here, but I use that.
Yeah, writing it out physical helps you remember it too.
Oh, thank you.
Scientifically, right?
See, I need to get a mouse pad for this spot because it's causing issues. So there's little crevices in this table that sometimes, things happen.
All right, so back to quarter one. So did you go over the BTC rewards, or is that?
Yeah, so that's when the beta testing's going to begin. Mm-hmm. Since the rewards aren't going to commence until 2024, we want to start that testing almost immediately.
Gotcha.
So that's just more to let you know we're thinking ahead, right? We're not just going to start testing last minute and then say, oh, sorry about that, guys. Our mining facility's online, but we can't pay you anything yet because our reward system isn't working.
Yeah, we got to.
I don't want none of that.
That's going to be complicated.
Okay, none of that. Once those facilities are 100% operational, those payouts are going to be 100% operational. Period. So, that's why I broke it apart a year, because we're going to need a year to test those out thoroughly.
Yeah, for sure.
Like being practical with everything.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll be
with everything else we're doing. Like. What? I know I keep cutting you off. Dude, this was what it's all about. We're supposed to go back and forth, right?
There's no back and forth. There's no back and forth. Can I speak? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, and then the studio rentals will come around that same time as that. And we'll be testing the studio rentals.
Exactly.
Because that's something we have to figure out with what we're going to rent. Initially when I thought about it, I was like, oh, photography gear, lenses, cameras, lights, and all that. And I'm like, wait. That's only like one subsection of artists when there's so many digital artists out there creating, physical artists, and more, whether they're creating in Blender or like other programs. And I was like, oh, that would be really cool. Other arts that I don't know about, have whoever's involved with this, the artists that we have involved with the studio, give input on what type of equipment that they would like to see, and that would help aid them, like maybe some Wacom tablets and stuff and editing gear.
Dude, you remind me of some corporations that loan out whatever the engineers need. So if they need a $3,000 workstation with a certain Quadro processor, right, to perform AutoCAD or whatever type of CAD software they're running, we can also do something similar in that fund. I have experience with that, as far as renting, how that process works with. I used to maintain a lot of salespeople's, on the road, their equipment.
Yeah.
And they would, that is an idea, right? Depending on the classification, depending on the skill sets, right? And the hardware they need. Yeah. You can always think from that perspective, doing it out in bundles. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing.
No, for sure. I know it's all learning process with like what kind of equipment that we want to use and which artists are going to be using it. So we just want to kind of cater to the community and get really like good feedback and kind of run with that. So that's where we're going to kind of go with the rentals initially, because I didn't want it to be all photography. As much as like, that's in my blood as an artist. I think that was in the headset.
I was like, man, that was a loud knock.
Yeah. But that's about it for that. So I guess we're good to go into quarter two.
Yeah. So this is where the estimated...
pull up the full screen on that one.
Right there, quarter two of 2023. MonkeyBytes Academy render and estimated cost revealed. This is one that you'll notice the ribbon cut isn't on the roadmap, and the reason being is the unknowns of building that first school in Nepal. Is realistically, as much as I'd like to get it up and running before the end of 2024, I'm not from the educational background, so we're gonna have to bring on certain pieces, right? We're gonna have to work on that curriculum pilot, which is gonna start in that quarter two of 2023. So as well as we're gonna be working with an architect to be named. I don't wanna drop his name yet because it's not 100% confirmed, but the renders are gonna be all but certain here pretty soon, to the point where we'll make sure that they're available on our projected date, within the projected quarter on the roadmap. Moving down to Optimal Sanctuary, that's obviously in the same quarter. I already touched on the MBT curriculum pilot, right? This all deserves its own quarter while we're also working on everything else. Layered in with the community building, layered in with constantly interacting. What?
Do you hear the...
I do too, yeah.
Yeah, the pretzel
Do you guys hear the...
do you hear that static?
Do you hear the static? Scott's over here like squirrel.
No, it's just it's driving me crazy. It's too
should
much.
I just cut it out of pretzel?
I was just trying to find Pretzel Rocks.
So you got to unfull screen.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, see?
That's weird.
Yeah, it was driving me nuts. I just didn't want that to be going through the whole recording. That was wild how staticky that got.
I didn't hear it. You were just like right here, right in front of me. It's like, what are you doing? It's coming no matter what.
Yeah. Just turn lo-fi. Yeah, there you go. Just go like 5%, 2%.
2%. That's good.
Cool. Let's go.
Oh, they just watched this too. I forgot to go back. Cool. You guys got to see our process right there. Hey, no static there. So
yeah,
I think you're just tripping.
What? No, we were hearing it before.
I know. I'm kidding. All right.
Oh my God.
Gotta burn when you can, you know? Gotta burn when you can.
Go for it.
We already touched on quarter 2, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's move over to 20. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Touch on this. So we aim, right? Scott and I were talking back and forth. We wanted to push that to quarter 4, but practically thinking quarter 3 is reasonable to have the studio 100% operational with rentals after beta testing. And the reason our beta testing for the mining is a year ahead of time, because we're going to primarily focus our efforts on the rentals first and foremost, while we're also tinkering with the mining rewards. So that was thought, in depth on the back end. So for anybody wondering why it's placed right there. And then that's our projected quarter for MonkeyBytes digital comic strips and short films to kick off. And they're going to be based off of the 7 generations of MonkeyByte characters we're having drawn up, from the infant stage to the elder wiser. We're going to have 7 total. I don't know if we're going to do one for Gen 0 yet. I feel like that could be like an atom floating in the universe or something. I don't know. Something crazy. Any thoughts on that quarter? Because I know that plays into...
Yeah, I mean, the whole studio.
Yeah.
I have some thoughts on.
Yeah.
That one, in quarter 1, we'll get all the feedback from the community, and we'll figure out kind of what equipment that we're going to get for that, and what we're going to do with the studio, whether that's going to be, creating a lab where we have rows and rows of computers where people can come in and use it whenever they're in the Bay Area, or bring people in to create masterclass type things. That's all kind of in the works, and we're going to figure out, if we need a studio with a psych wall and things like that, which are ideas that I would love to have, but it's going to kind of depend based on what kind of artists we have and what we have that are like token holders and artists that are in our vault by that time. Because throughout this whole process, we'll actually be still working on that, collecting our vault and adding artists to fund number 2. So that's going to be a really cool thing to get that sort of feedback as well. Mm-hmm. And then the MonkeyBytes digital comics and short films, that's all to be determined. But we're going to be working with some really cool artists on all of that as well. So that's all, really exciting stuff that's in the works. But I think at this point, just know that it's going to be really sick.
Yeah, and to speak to in depth, right? We haven't even developed the core characters yet, so we can't speak too in depth.
Yeah,
Just know that it's our intention to build IP and move down that route of TV and film.
Yeah,
right. So,
and all of this is, we're gonna do it as it comes. That's why a lot of this roadmap is really malleable, and we can work with it. But it all gives us a lot of time to do what we want to do.
Exactly. Exactly. So, we fast forward through. That's the ETA. I know the metaverse is going to be based off. It's going to allow everybody as token owners to join in. I don't know if we're going to do. You would imagine it would be a free for all, right? But it's going to allow you to come in and redeem rewards in a very unique way. Can't speak too much on it because I have a feeling by that time we're going to have our own independent team working on it. That's the estimated quarter for breaking ground in Nepal. The reason I chose October to December is that's after the really shitty, I believe, monsoon or some type of season over there, that they're boarding everything up near the oceans. So I know Nepal's not near the ocean, but just in general, that area has bad weather.
Just better time to break ground.
Exactly. Yeah. Mining facility should be 100% operational by that quarter. Now, this is all assuming projected sellout date in April is fulfilled, is reached. So keep that in mind. Quarter 1, that's when the founders BTC rewards are projected to begin. So when we break ground at Optimos Sanctuary, state to be determined. Can't really give you a hint because it's not decided yet, but as stated in the white paper, I want to go to where I can make the most impact in the short amount of time. However, the most impact in the short amount of time would be local if you think strategically, right? Practically with everything I got going on. So that's a hint as to it's going to be, if not in the Bay Area, Sacramento, I know, there's a lot of areas that we can go.
Yeah, wherever you can do the most
shelter.
good.
Exactly, exactly. So, or I'm sorry, not the animal shelter, but as far as the plot of land for the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The BTC rewards kicking off. That's pretty cool.
That's going to be pretty cool.
That's forever then.
So that's an interesting question.
Right?
Scott and I have talked about this. This goes for the academy as well. There's going to always be an option to come and work for BitMonkey or the new parent company we form, whatever, name we choose, right? Structure we choose. Most definitely use the studio to build their own IP. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like any art they develop on the studio or the equipment is their art.
Wait, what? Wait.
He's asking this.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I was like, how is this?
Are the artists going to work for BitMonkey, or are they going to be able to use the studio equipment for their own IP?
I mean,
right?
that is definitely that's a great question, but that is definitely something for us to figure out down the line. I don't know if we can really say specifics just now on air. That's something that we have to develop. But I would like to think that they own their IP, that they create from that, and then they own, they'll get those royalties over time. Mm-hmm. But like I said, this is all stuff that's in the works.
I think maybe what he's asking is, let's say they come and use the studio to do a small film.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's their film.
Right. And that's for us to decide later. That's not something we're going to decide live on air in the spot. Because I don't know that.
Yeah. No, right? He's asking the question, so I'm asking.
Yeah. I can't really say anything for certain right now. That's all, something that we're going to have to figure out, but it's a really great question. So thank you. Now we will definitely think about that.
So you're going full screen?
Yeah, sure.
And then we're almost at the end of it here. So mining facility 2 of 3 will begin construction in quarter 2, strategically timed so we can order all the equipment in quarter 3, right? Have that operational by the end of the year, optimistically. I know that's not on the roadmap, but the red ribbon cut for the Optimos Sanctuary is, as well as that IP reveal. As I was mentioning, that character development we're doing exactly a year prior, or 2 years prior, I'm sorry, is going to play a big, big role. And then our 30-year roadmap is going to be as defined as it possibly can, because as you guys have learned with this project, this is not, a short-term project, period. This is a long-term macro play. And that needs to be very, very clear when everybody's doing their research and buying in, right? Understand that this is long-term. We're making the entry point the same all the way through our launch. We're being strategic by starting small. We don't want to build hype and have it be like a lot of these projects that fail. Mm-hmm. But they don't have economics like this one. So this one, it needs to take its time.
Yeah, there's a lot to work out, which is like as much as
I
would
guys
love
have
to
seen,
answer that.
I want to answer more questions, but let's hear if there's any more. Right?
No, that's what
I think we've touched on most of the roadmap here, right? Go full screen. Is it not full screen? There we go.
Yep.
Yeah. So are there any questions based off of, should we keep that up there for them? I'm going to pull up
LeBron.
No. Yeah, let's pop back. No questions. So anything you want to summarize on the roadmap that we didn't talk about that you want to touch on?
Not really. Nothing that pops up off the top of my head. It's still a lot to go. It's a lot of kind of to be determined. Everything is things that we would love to do, and it's like these are all like things that are planned. Mm-hmm. But this is all like stuff that we have a lot more thinking to do on, and that's all it is. Like as we figure this out, as we go, we're going to be working hard on each one of these in each quarter and to get them, released on time.
Mm-hmm. And as we started this episode out, just know that we are working our asses off on creative output right now. So these things happen in phases. While we're working on it on a granular level, right? When it comes to digging deep into the documentation, the development portion of the documentation, that's going to come after the creative output's complete. So we're taking this phases at a time as we build this up.
Yeah.
When BitMonkey coffee mugs. So
when merch.
Well,
I'm surprised you don't want a hat, Gary.
I know, right? Do you want a hat? Do you like these hats? Let me know. The one he has on, this one, the coffee mugs. What I'm thinking is because those illustrations, we might utilize one of them.
He says yes, but I love coffee.
Right? Me too. So I might as well. So I'm gonna do another order of hats pretty soon, and I get some coffee mugs. We'll see how. Yeah, I'll probably
love coffee too. I think I need more coffee.
I do too. I'm gonna go make a fresh press. So yeah, just keep in mind, that entire roadmap. We'll update it as needed.
Yeah.
As you notice in the bottom right hand side, I have a little 1.0 right of last updated. So anytime I update it, I will announce it. I'm going to do my best to avoid to update it unless it's absolutely necessary.
Actually looking over it, it's one thing that we do need on here. As for the artist fund is the lawyer. Right?
Well, yeah.
When we would have him on retainer, that's
Yeah.
got to be popped into one of these. So we've got to figure that out as well. Just thinking off the top of my head.
Well, you let me know on your artist fund.
Yeah,
define that on your end before we put it up here.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
Define the practical.
No, yeah, that's something for us to figure out. And even the whole artist fund. There's so many things that I want to do with it. Once we reach that, the last token is bought. Then we can start collecting artists and doing full thing, really cool things, helping to promote artists and like newer artists and kind of set the stage for supporting art. For a project like ours. That's really cool. So that's all going to change, and that's going to be developed as we go. That kind of, I don't think it should even be like directly on the plan, because especially with the art, that's going to,
I think it would tie in with the studio, because on the
it
white
would tie in
paper
with
you
the
do
studio.
mention that immediately you'll put one on retainer, which has to wait until the project's complete, because the master fund is staying where it's at. We're never going to touch it until it's done. Then we distribute and then move accordingly, right? So but that's all going to happen within the hour of that last sale. We're going to go live, you're going to see it all, and we start that daily giveaway. So Gary V, I'm waiting on the FaceTimes. From what I understand, very soon, but I'm just waiting to hear back essentially. I can't wait. I should open up another episode of BitmonkeyTV for my original pitch to Gary before MonkeyBytes was a thing. So for those watching this on YouTube who have no context, Gary, aka Dream Joker, aka Broken, right? He's asking, when are we talking with Gary V? Well, I have some FaceTime with him, and my original idea was
is the FaceTime from your V friend?
Yeah. And
wait, which one is it?
I got the 5 and the frog. 10 minutes.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Plenty of time for him to dig in the project.
Yeah.
And
anytime.
I have a pitch in their offer. Wink, wink. So anybody can guess what it is. But
hey, also he followed me last night on Twitter.
Yeah.
I sent it to him. I was like,
I remember, dude. I think I was in Arizona when he did that to me. I was like, oh my god.
But it's so crazy.
I had so much energy after that.
I bet you were you're probably running around the house with your phone and screenshot it. Sent it to everyone like I did to you.
Not really.
Oh, wow.
I didn't make a post about it. Didn't do none of that. I was just like so humbled, and I was like, universe is telling me I'm on the right path. That's what it was. Universe is telling me I'm on the right path.
Sure. You're so deep with it, dude. It's not just cool.
Some Mondays are gonna be some fucking off the wall. Just they're gonna come out of left field. We're probably gonna talk about perspectives and passions and just something not tech, because why not? Gotta switch it up every once in a while.
I mean, that's how we started. We just got to go through this roadmap. We got to tell people about MonkeyBytes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Keep it under an hour, but we would love to hear
short and sweet.
Comments based off this video. Any questions you have, maybe pertaining to the roadmap. Just keep in mind, as Scott was saying, and we keep reassuring, like, this is we're going in phases here. So we'll answer what we can. Just know that we're being as transparent as humanly possible, and meticulous in our approach to make sure that we don't overpromise.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like, that's the last of.
We
of
also
what we
like
wanna
that.
do.
I mean, like Gary asked me that hard question that I'm definitely gonna think on. I like those hard questions because they like really help us think about how we are gonna do those things. So any and all like community participation is welcomed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Episode number 17.
That's a wrap.
I'm Scott.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Marcelo, and we hope you have a good day.
Later, guys.
Peace.